Hey everybody, it's Jillian again. We're back here for 5 more books we're looking to subscribe to here in the month of September, for books are coming out in November. So we already done 5 books so far, and here's a new video for 5 more books for a total of 10 books. And we're going to look at a trip back at the end of the video, as well as a series, an ongoing series I want to discuss about that's continuing. So the first book that we're looking at for this video is Fox and a Hare. So this is a Vault series. It also seems a very futuristic sci-fi. So we've already discussed that with Joy Operation. We'll talk about Fox and a Hare. So this I don't know if it's some kind of hacker or whatnot, but this person has found like private information that's going on the black market, and it's she's a black market coder Aurora Yee uncovers secret data, and so she's afraid for her life because the Sinistry Designs are going after her, and she's bringing in the top mercenaries to protect her, the Fox and a Hare. So honestly, Fox and a Hare, again, something that could be transformed into an ongoing or recurring miniseries of characters. So this is the first time that we'll be talking about them. I believe this is from Vault Comics, and so this is a miniseries that is beginning in November. Next up, we've been discussing a lot of Tom Taylor recently. We've discussed with his Nightwing run, his Dark Age, his Deceased. Well, his next big project for DC is the Dark Knights of Steel. So yeah, it's a Batman book, but it's placed in a fantasy setting. So we're looking at medieval Camelot style book written in 12 issues. So it's a maxi series because it's taking a full year, and it's a 12 issue run. And so just the concept itself of taking the Batman mythos and bringing it into a fantasy setting, and I don't think it's ever been done. And I've been a huge fan of those kinds of, like, take these characters and put them in different cities. Let's think it's 1604, I believe, or 1601 that Marvel did 10 years ago. That was also taking the Marvel characters, bring them to the new world. So I'm a huge fan of that. And I think Dark Knights of Steel could easily become one of those DC animated movies they'll do in the future. So yeah, Dark Knights of Steel, Tom Taylor, highly recommend. I fully support everyone who picks up this book. Next up, this is a good one from AWA Studios. It's called Knighted, and it's basically, what if the top superhero is a giant dickwad and he dies by accident? What if this guy, some random dude, just accidentally kills the top superhero of the world? So he has to take over the role, but he knows nothing about it. So AWA typically does 5-book miniseries, but Knighted as well. That's Netflix guaranteed. I can see this being done. And so you see this guy taking over the costumes guy. Heroes never die. So Knighted from AWA, it looks fantastic. A great concept. We haven't seen this before. Highly recommend picking up Knighted. Next up, this is also a top Image book that's coming out in November. It's from, well, one of my favorite writers, Chip Zdarsky. It's called Newbern. So Newbern itself is a noir drama series, crime focus, current age, and Newbern is an ex police detective who now is a private detective, and he works mostly not necessarily for the mob, but makes sure that anything that's mob related events, he takes care of them. And so because the police force are used to dealing with him because he used to be on the force, they let him go through, and he talks to witnesses. And so again, we've got Image who's giving us a couple of interior pages of the book, and he's going through a crime scene, and then these cops are like, who is this guy? And I'm like, nah, we know him, let him go. He's smarter than the rest of us. So that already is a concept that we've seen, this hyper intelligent detective on TV and cable TV, but on a mob side of things, it's pretty recent. And if you go, I highly recommend reading this page itself. You can pause it, but when he like discusses with the witness of the situation, he asks some poignant questions, and I'm like, wow, that's really smart. And so just this particular scene is what sold me on the book, other than Chip Zdarsky himself. But honestly, I think this particular series, Newbern from Image Comics, has a lot of potential, and I highly recommend picking it up. And then lastly, for our top 10 books, this is a Star Wars book. We're going to be ending War of the Bounty Hunters, and it's leading straight into Crimson Reign. So Crimson Dawn has been a new crime organization that was been introduced, if I'm not mistaken, in the Solo movie, Han Solo movie. And then we've seen them a lot of focus in the War of the Bounty Hunters. So now Crimson Reign is a focused event on them. I'm not sure if, like War of the Bounty Hunters, all the ongoing related series will be connected to Crimson Reign, but I do know that this miniseries will be focusing on this crime organization. Researching about Crimson Dawn, I'm not sure if they're an offshoot or a brand or like a smaller group part of Black Sun, or if they're replacing Black Sun, which was the Legends era multi-crime organization that had an affiliation with the Empire. Prince Xizor, who was part of it. We haven't seen Xizor in the new Star Wars canon, so I am very curious to see if Crimson Reign will bring these characters back. Highly interested, because Star Wars, again, their new run with the between Empire and Return of the Jedi has been very successful, and I honestly think Crimson Reign could just add more to that focus of the bounty hunters, the underworld side of things. So those are our top 10 series that we're looking over for the month of September. Beyond that, I want to discuss about Avengers number 50. It's going to be canon 750. Some people are like, it's not exactly 750 issues, and they're like integrating some books to force it to be 750. In any event, I'm very interested in Avengers number 50, and I've read the first hardcover edition of I believe it's first 10 or 12 issues of Jason Aaron's run, and I'm waiting for volume 2 too. But every time there's an issue, and I've been following the series on and off, but I'm very interested to start reading regularly with Avengers number 50, because if you have not read the Avengers free comic book day book, the Jason Aaron story, it has a story about an extreme far future Avengers group, and they're facing off against the multiversal masters of evil. So it's multiple masters of villain characters taking across time and space, and it's a version of Doom who leads them. And that free comic book day issue was fantastic. I loved it, and at this point I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to Avengers 50 and I'll move forward, because I'm very interested what they'll be doing with these characters. The future Iron Man, look at the future costumes, and they were using Deathlocks to control the time stream, and they faced off against the multiversal masters of evil. Honestly, I was super hyped after reading it. I super highly recommend a lot of people to subscribe to. Yeah, it's going to be an expensive book, and but it's going to be a very large book as well. But yeah, plus Doom's great. Then for our trade paperback, we've got 2 here. So if you heard of the 80th anniversary event that Marvel had a couple of days ago, but they were talking about the timeless future. I'm sorry. And they were talking about new ongoing series. Plus, we do know that there's going to be a new SheHulk series, a TV show. So there is SheHulk by Peter David, the omnibus that's coming out, which has these couple of issues here. Again, Peter David is another of my favorite writers. So we've Zdarsky and then this and whatnot, but Peter David has been writing the Hulk characters for so long, the X-Factor characters for so long. So we've got an omnibus version. This is the Diaro cover that'll be going to mass market. And this is the McGinnis cover that'll be exclusive to the direct market, so that's us. You'll be able to see this one in Indigo and whatnot, but the McGinnis cover will be exclusive to us. So if you'd like to register for either, please activate them in your account and we'll be able to pre-order them for you. So these 2 omnibus looks very interesting. Anyways, stuff that would pick up in favor of the future She-Hulk series that's coming to the MCU. So that's it. If there are other variant covers or whatnot, again, you can look at the previous catalog on Previous World, and you can just type in where's for this. There you go. So, oh, what's the furthest? So you can look up the different variant covers, you can select them, and then you can then just create them in special orders here, place special order if you want specific covers. If not, if there's anything, if there's a series you feel that I missed out and it's like, oh, you should have been recommending this, please leave it in the comments below. And if there's any other issues that you feel that I should be discussing or I missed, let me know. I'm very interested to carry on. So again, we'll see you next time, next month for next top 10 books to subscribe to. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and enjoy your reading. Have a great time.